All right, welcome back. We're on Silver Creek from the Platinum expansion pack from Giants. It's been a while. I've just completed an update on the LR 1600/2 from Liebherr. Um, and I remember you guys said that the first three instructional videos that I did for it, you couldn't hear what I was saying at some points. So I've changed the sound settings. Now that I have the update, I'm going to get you guys into it and show you how to do it. Hopefully provide a little bit more information as well. So right now, as you can see, I've got nothing except for this Frana 40 crane. This is an MRC 40 ton, or sorry, the AT 40. This is from a good friend of mine. It's a little bit easier to use right now than since I'm using mouse and keyboard than my Terex, otherwise I'd be using that. So without further ado, so this video is going to cover how to set up the base, how to the crane itself. I'll have another video going over the different ballast options and how to install those. And then another one looking at, I guess, hooks and how to set up the different booms. So without further ado, so we're going to go in here, going to go to the vehicles tab, and you should see a group for the Liebherr LR. All right. And so we're going to be focusing mainly from the crawler, the ballast consoles, the platforms, the ladders, and the ballast console. I have added, which nobody's seen yet, buyable lattice sections. So this is all of the S lattice sections. This is the full D set. This is the full W lattice set. Then you get more stuff. This is another thing new that I've added. Got all of the, I need to change where that's at. That's okay. All the other pieces, quite a lot. And finally ending up with these track mats. Track mats you can put down to help disperse the weight of the crane. And you can lay them out and drive the crane up on it, and like they do in some areas. All right, so we're going to go back to the crawler itself. This is where we're going to start off with. This is where you actually configure the boom. So at the top you can see you have a boom selection. This is where you're going to configure the boom. Anytime you come in here and do the boom selection, you have to change and update the length because it's always should always restart at 0. So if you notice when you've configured your boom and you've got it, your boom showing, your lattice section showing, and there's a blank section in it, that means you didn't configure all the boom lengths. Okay. You do have an engine setup, but it's not really an engine setup. It's whether you have the LR 1600-2 basic version or the -W, which brings the tracks in and gives outriggers to support the crane. There's not much different on this. The only main difference with this is that you don't have crawler section ballast. So we're just going to focus on the normal crane. You can have a lot of different logos. Hopefully you've seen those before. GPS, this is from another mod, doesn't really do anything for this. And then you have a lot of different color selections. Excuse me. All right, so boom selection, you have the standard lattice boom, which is the S boom. You have the standard light, which is an S boom plus the L sections or light sections. You have the standard lattice or light lattice boom 3. You've got the standard boom, which is the S boom with a luffing jib. This is the one I'm going to do to show you guys. As you can see, as I got this one, we now have a main boom length plus also the luffing jib length. And so keep an eye on that. So we're going to just do the shortest ones for now. I'm going to do some, what colors? I think I'm going to do, so you get a lot of colors. I'm going to do lattice end pieces that color, middle section blue, main end sections again, that orangey color, main lattice blue again, orange, ballast wagon. I'll do ballast wagon orange. The reason why this is because so you'll have to configure it here, but then also configure it when you actually get the ballast wagon. I think I'll do orange for that. I think that'll look cool. You can change the base color or the crawler section color. So it just depends. Some companies have that colored, some don't. So I'm just going to leave that gray. Okay, so now I've got everything configured. I'm going to buy that. The other thing we need to buy is the track set. You have some logos on here for some of the brands that I saw that have that. I think that looks good. We're going to get, I'm going to leave the weights of the ballast alone for now, but we are going to get the other pieces that need to be assembled on here. So you have ballast consoles for the center section. I think I'll do those blue. Yes, it does mess up here, but when you actually buy it, it's fine. I don't know why it does that. It does. Same thing with these. These are center platforms. They go around the middle. You got stairs. With these, you've got a lot of different options with these. So you can have no railing, railing on the left, railing on the right, both rails, a full rail, which has a piece on top which uses interactive control to lower it down. You can have the right full railing. You can have both. So I'm going to buy, I think, 2 of these. And I'll show you 2 of these. These actually have collision, so like if you're going to be slewing and stuff, you need to drop that down. Okay, the other piece we're going to use for now this video is the superstructure ballast consoles. I'm going to do this blue again. Nope, I'm going to do those orange. Give us some splash of color in there. For right now, I think everything else I'm going to leave alone for this video and show those on another one. Okay, so one thing you'll see, so we've got all the parts, right? All of the data has been taken from operating manuals as well as data directly from Liebherr, including this PDF, which is inside the zip file. So what you'll find as you scroll through, there's a lot of data, which you'll notice it should match exactly all the data I've got on the thing and the mod itself. If you're having trouble trying to figure out which winch does what, look at your boom configuration. And so here, winch 1 and 2 are doing the main hook, so winch 1, since it can't have both, and winch 6 is doing the boom nose. Okay. Winch 4 or WI4 is changing the angle on the SA arm. This is the SA arm, and this is the S boom. With this configuration, you can see the SA arm is connected directly to the main boom. So when you move that, you're going to move this. This is the S boom with the D or the derrick boom. You've got ballast on here. So with this, winch 4 is controlling the SA arm, which is connected directly to the derrick boom. And if you are not using winch 3 to lower the S arm as you're raising the D boom, when you move the SA arm, both the SA arm, the derrick boom, and the standard boom are going to move. So at some point you'll probably see me moving the derrick boom without this. It's because I'm using winch 3. So I'm using winch 4 to raise the SA arm and the derrick, and using winch 3 to lower the standard boom. Okay. Then here again, you can see winch 6 is controlling the boom nose, or the boom nose hook, and winch 1 is controlling the main hook. With this configuration, it's still very similar. Winch 4 is controlling the derrick boom and the SA arm. Winch 3 is controlling the SA arm, or the standard boom. And then you have winch 5 controlling the luffing jib. Here it's showing that winch 1 is controlling, or winch 1 and 2 is controlling the hook here. The way I have it set up, winch 1 will always control this one. If you have this set up, winch 2 will control this one. Not completely realistic, but as close as I could get with Farm Simulator. And then if you have a boom nose hook, that would still be winch 6. So the other thing is when you're looking at the ballast, so you have your superstructure ballast, your crawler ballast, and then this is considered what they call the B configuration, which just uses a derrick ballast, which is a big platform that goes out the back and holds ballast. You have to have the derrick boom to have that. You have the ballast wheels, and so this is a BW ballast. It has the big structure and wheels to help maneuver around. Then you also have B2, which uses a ladder structure to help push the ballast out to give you more of a leverage effect. So each of these ballast configurations you can do, we'll cover that more again later. Here's all the weights. The other thing is if you're trying to figure out what booms there are, you should be able to do most of the boom settings in here. And so like here's the SL. So if you look, S is main boom, SL is main boom with light. And so you have both S and L. And so if we look in game, go to purchase booms and you want to build these. So here's S, here's the D, W lattice sets, which this is also your L. I should probably change that, but these are also your L, your light booms. So this is your luffing and your light boom. So if you look, so all these are standard boom or heavy boom, which both is the same. D denotes the derrick. You can see here, derrick. None of these have the F boom, which is just the fixed fly jib. And then B is the type of ballast. So you can see here, this just has superstructure ballast. This one has either the ballast, the derrick ballast, the ballast with the wheel, ballast cart with wheels, or the B2 with the lattice pushing it out. Here you start having the luffing jib. So here you have W, so that's the luffing fly jib. So you can do all these configurations. This one is the fixed, so it's SWF. So you got your standard, W, which is the luffing jib, and F, which is the fixed jib. So you can make that configuration. I think the only one that I don't quite have the correct heights for are some of these here. But we'll see if we can get those at some point. So that's how you can use this document to figure out what you need to do in the game. Okay. So to build this beast, first you most likely have this either on a trailer. If you don't, you will need to get it loaded onto a trailer. So how you can do that is walk in close, and you see that you start getting these little icons. These are for interactive control. So if you press that, it's going to go out. It's going to animate go out, go around to the back or the other side, hit that, let it come out, let that one come out. Okay, so once those are out, then you can click any one of these onto each of the four corners and it'll raise it up. If you are trying to load it up on a trailer, you can click this one and it'll raise it up even more. If you need to raise it up higher than that, you're going to have to put like blocks or dunnage underneath, lower these again, however far you need to lower them. Then, since the main chassis will be, or the main crawler section will be up on the dunnage, then you can put more dunnage underneath and raise it up again. Okay, so now that we have this, first step is probably going inside. So I'm going to use these tracks to get us inside. So you can open up doors and stuff. Okay, so we're inside, but the outside. So, okay, so now we're inside. Now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use the interactive control activation button. I had to change mine to keypad slash. When you do that, these two should open up. This one changes the angle of the cab. So you can open down. And then this one will rotate it out to the position it's used for actual working. Okay, so you got a lot of different camera options. We're going to come back to this one. Okay, so while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and get our railing set up. So I'm going to come back here, click that one so that our back railing goes. We're going to walk back over here, unfold that one, unfold those. Okay, so now you've got actual collisions along these, so you can actually walk them. The handrails for here are stored here. So we're going to go over here. We'll click that one. See, hides, then it shows. And we got this one, so it comes back over there. That one goes there. Now these four that are left go towards the back. So we're going to do, that's the back one there. And then that one goes on the other side. Then we have that one, which goes the front there. And then we can do that one again. So now we have all the railing over here done. We should be able to get down here, because now there's also railing right here. Right at the top of these is where their triggers are at, so they'll pop up there. Okay. So next step would be to we're going to go back inside the crane, get it started up, and we're going to move these tracks to where they should be. Alright, so I'm going to hit start. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And what I need to do is go from group 2, wrong button, from group 2 to group 3 by hitting G. And then you can use winch 4, which on the keypad is left control K. I gotta reduce this volume. That's way too loud. There we go. There we go. That's much better now. I don't typically use headphones. Alright, so we're going to keep moving the arm down, or up in this case, to bring it up forward. So as the image is right now, the crawler to the left, is for the left-hand side, which is directly in front of us, in front of the cab. The one on the right is for the right-hand side. You can use the SA arm, which is what we're raising right now, to lift those up. They have their attachment points there. So if you need to lift it up to help get them in a better position, you can. And this is a realistic speed for how slow it actually goes. So it does take a while to actually assemble it. As you can see, once you get past the vertical, there's a hydraulic cylinder which starts edging forward. Okay, I don't remember what the control is for that, so we're going to go down here, go down to LR 1600. So there's the Terex, and here's the Liebherr. So if you don't remember what the controls are, there is a control section specifically for the 1600. So it shows you what controls are for the winches. You got hook rotation. So I believe this is the assembly ram. And so I can rotate the assembly ram, or I can go down, bring it up and down. Derrick ram, that's when you have the derrick boom on. Extending the ballast wagon. This is for the ballast wagon itself. And then this is the controls for shifting between a standard boom and a heavy boom inside the cab. Okay, but I need these guys. Yep, so there you can see it's going up and down. What was the key for rotating it? Okay, yeah. Alright, so this one's actually facing the wrong way, and this crane doesn't have the reach to be able to help it turn around all the way. So I'm going to use lumberjack mod. To pick it up and move it over. Alright, move this one over too. Okay, so I'm not sure which one's going to attach, so I'm going to raise up that hydraulic. Get it out of the way. Nice. Alright, so now I'm going to attach. So there's the right track and there's the left track. Once you have those attached, you need to get out and raise up the assembly outriggers. Okay, so now that we've got that, we have other pieces we have to assemble. Alright, so first we have these ballast consoles. These are for the center section going down on either side. So I'm going to use this mod, the lumberjack mod, to pick it up again. You can use cranes to lift these, as well as forks to get them in position. Sometimes it's a little difficult depending on where the boom end is at, or the tail end of the boom. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one, put that there. I'm going to get inside, attach those both into place. Then we are going to get these pieces. So these are platforms that go on either side of each of those ballast consoles. These can be lifted by a crane as well, or by a forklift. And what's nice is when you actually have them attached to the other crane, when you move them into position, you can still go, without dropping them, put them, or get inside the cab of the 1600 and attach them while they're still on, attached to the other crane. Same thing goes with the ballast consoles. You can still have them attached and lifted by the other crane. I'm going to go ahead and attach these. There we go. You can lift them and attach them onto the main crane without having to detach them from the crane you're using to assist in the assembly. Hope I didn't put that too far back. So hopefully, yep, okay, so those are all in the spot. Let's get back inside. Attach. Oh, that's too far in. But you can also do it manually like this. Attach those. Okay. So the next pieces are these. Okay. And I have made it to where you'll see on the left side and the right side of here, there is an IC node on every single one of them. And what this is for is to provide a little collision that will help them stand upright to make it easier to assemble. Alright, now you can see there's like multiple brackets underneath here. There's one here, and one there. That's because you can attach these here or here. Okay, your choice. Let's get this guy. So I'm going to attach these in close there. And then attach these closer to the middle. So now we're going to go back inside, attach all 4 of them. That one didn't go quite where I wanted it to. I guess it was too close to the other side. There we go. Alright, so once those are up, you do need to come down and fold up the they're tired of it. You do need to fold up the supports, and that'll actually help them sit a little bit better. So you notice now with this, if we swing the boom, or if we slew the crane, you can see there's a lot of this stuff is going to hit here. So you can lower it on each side. So I guess it's better to have, oh yeah, railing should be on the inside. So, oh well. Okay, so now we can go inside and we can, so now you can start seeing how we're building up. So you've got the 2 crane crawlers, you've got the ballast consoles for the center, you've got the platforms, and you have the ladders. So if you want to move the crane again, you got to go back to group 3, and then you can start moving it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the frena to lift up these superstructure ballast consoles. So I got one here. have to rotate it. So these go right here. So now, as I go in, you notice ballast console is still attached to the Franna crane, but I can attach it. All right, and just the same, I can, when I'm trying to disassemble it, I can attach it while it's still attached. Or I can attach to it to this support crane while it's still attached. Alright, so let's get this. I just noticed that I did a pretty good job of color coordinating the cranes. Okay. There, we go on, attach it, there we go. I did forget one other assembly process, but as you go up here, you notice you have a little IC node here. What those do is that adds little stairs, or little ladders right there for it. Okay, so I'm going to back this guy out. Don't need him right now. Okay, I am going to do the ballast for this. You can use the main crane, or that hydraulic ram to do ballast. It's a lot easier to have a support crane doing ballast. For keeping things simple, I'm going to do the ballast myself. So I'm going to do blue with orange. Yeah. Okay, so this is the crawler section. And so what you do is you put 2 on each side. Just like this. Just like that. Attach them. Now you'll see you have ballast front and back. And then what you're going to need to do is, if you're lifting it with a crane, you can either lift one of these at a time and detach the bottom one, or you can do it like this. Attach it, select the next one, detach it, and then go back around and put it there. So each one of these is 10 metric tons. So just using that, we've got 60 metric tons of ballast on the bottom, and then we're going to want to get the superstructure max ballast, which I think I'm going to go the same color, so I like that. Okay, with this, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use a crane to lift it up. Put 2 there. put two there, attach them, and what you can do is you can actually put up to, so you can have a max difference of two of these weights on each side at a time. So we did two on that side, so now we got to do two on this side. Attach those. Since now we'll come back. Gotta get a little bit farther away for these. Two there. Two there. One side, attach them. Now you notice we're going to split the last of ones again. Two there. Further away. Just to get it up that high. Oops. Attach and attach. Now we're going to split. Put this on one side. And detach that top one just like we did for the superstructure, for the crawler section ballast. Alright, so now that's detached. Gonna take that and put it over here. Alright, so now the main crane is ballasted fully for anything you would want to lift. Alright, so next video I'll go over the booms and the hooks, and then the last video will be extra ballast. So, alright.